Hello. How are you doing? It's been a while. I think it's been a couple months at this point. I just wanted to come on here and give a little update. It's been super busy, and gratefully so. But I haven't really had the time to make videos. I wanted to update everybody that's been watching my videos. I'm sure you've noticed I've been complaining about being in pain for quite a while now. I had been blaming it on a fall in I think it was late March of 2024. I was jumping over a puddle and slid on the land and fell on my booty cheeks. So I didn't have any initial pain. It was a week later. I was lifting my leg into a van when I noticed there was some discomfort lifting my leg. Me being me, I ignored it and just went on with my life. And what ended up happening was it got better for a little bit, and then suddenly everything started hurting in my hip area and even my back. But it was mainly my hips. I was trying to incorporate yoga, and yoga was helping some, but I just couldn't get the pain to go away. It was finally November of last year when I asked for help. Got a steroid pack and it got better, and then January of this year, so I had maybe 2 months of relief. I was shoveling snow and ice, and I hurt my back really bad, and it had been on fire for quite a while. Finally, months later, I asked for a steroid pack, and that did help it get better. But I've done something again. I don't know what. I don't know if it's dancing. I'm not really sure. Or just living life, and I've had another flare of my back is killing me. Well, on my birthday, I went to the doctor for the general checkup and told her what was going on. And this time she finally sent me for imaging, and I finally found out that I have degenerative disc disease, as well as I have several discs that are fractured and collapsing. So that's why I am in so much pain. So at least now I finally have an answer as to why I'm constantly in pain. Because of the fractures, the degeneration is fairly common. Not everybody has it, but in people in their 40s, you do start to see it on a moderate level, and that's where it's at right now for me, is moderate. It does run in, well, if you want to say it runs in families. My mother's side, there's a history of it. And my mom's had surgery on her cervical twice. She's got stuff going on in her lumbar spine. Where my fractures are is in my lumbar spine. But because of the fractures, my doctor is concerned. She's sending me January 6th to see if I have osteoporosis, doing a bone density scan. I think it's called a DEXA scan. So we'll see there. I don't think my mom does have osteoporosis, but she found that out in her 70s. I'm in my mid-40s, so I highly doubt that. I think it came from several years ago. I fell down my steps, and I landed really hard right in that area of my back. So hard that, it took my breath away for several minutes. And my back was in pain for quite a while after that, but I'm stubborn. I refused to go to the doctor. I just went on about life. I didn't ask for help, and eventually, I felt better. Better enough, I guess. So I'm thinking that's where the fractures came from, because what the fractures they found are old fractures at this point, meaning they've already healed and to some degree. So chronic compound fractures is what they're called. So that means that they're old. When they're acute fractures, that means they're new, if I'm understanding that correctly. So these are old fractures. So I'm assuming it's from that. It's not that I have osteoporosis, but we'll see. I will say I am mad. I've been very mad because I just wasn't banking on dealing with this battle. And I was like, nope, I won't deal with that. I won't have that to deal with in my life. Nope, I don't want it. I ain't gonna have it. And here I am. So, we're just gonna go with it. The doctor told me to continue with my yoga and stretches. And then we'll go from we'll see what the DEXA scan says, and we'll go from there. I'm probably going to be asking for physical therapy because I want a professional telling me what I should and shouldn't do. I have looked up, what exercises to avoid that can potentially make it worse. And I am doing exercises to strengthen my back muscles. And I have for quite some time talked about strengthening my core muscles. I've been like, that would, be highly beneficial, and I should probably do that. And I start to do it, and might do it a week, 10 days, maybe 2 weeks, and then I'll go 7 weeks without doing anything. So, I'm really good at, doing my cardio, but for a long time I wasn't consistent. I would start it and then stop. So I got myself in a routine there. So now I'm going to have to get myself into a routine of strengthening my core, because that's my best option to stop it from progressing. I got to get myself strong. I want to stay healthy. I never want to have surgery. So that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, I wanted to give everybody an update. I finally have an answer as to why all the pain in my back and why it's radiating down into my buttocks and my hips. So yay, answers. I'm not happy with the answers, but I have answers, and I'm going to move forward and do what I got to do. But anyways, I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and Happy Holidays. Whatever holiday you celebrate, Happy Holidays. I plan to get back to regular videos after maybe the start of the year. Hopefully I do, but again, I hope you all are well, and I'll see y'all in the next video. I love you guys. Bye.